You're listening to the Claret and Big Blue podcast on the Pass the Gravy Podcast Network.
Goat's vagina. That thing is huge. You said that, not me. Take it away by Wicks. Let's see it! Oh, it's glorious! What? We just become best friends? Yep. Give me a hell yeah!
And we are live.
We'll do it live!
Welcome everyone to Claret and Big Blue, probably the only podcast on the internet that's dedicated to West Ham United and the New York Giants. That's right. Football and football. Balls for everyone's taste. I'm Mike Fish, and I'm joined, as always, by the man who was kicked out of high school at 15, simply because he was too cool for it. It's Alex Middleton. Alex, how you doing, buddy?
Dude, I didn't even know you knew that about me.
That's crazy.
Research. Yeah, I was kicked out of school because I was too cool, but you know what? I still got my education. I went to community college, and that's how I figured it out.
Got the brains, got the street smarts. That's how you survive.
Exactly. That's what I did.
No one needs...
Dude, how is fucking Aruba, man? How is fucking Aruba? This guy just coming back from vacation. How is vacay?
It was pretty sweet. I spent...
Did you sing Beach Boys the whole time? Aruba,
No.
Jamaica. Did you do that?
Is that the song? Is that Aruba? I don't
The
think
Kokomo?
Yeah.
But
No.
they
I
say
didn't.
with Aruba.
I just pretty much just laid out on the beach for like 5-6 days.
It's pretty solid.
Sweet. Like our room was literally get out of bed, open the sliding doors, beach.
That's pretty sick.
Wow. Are you in M's? What kind of vacation people are you? I know you mentioned that not being, but are you like normally like I'd like to lay out on the beach and chill, or are you, if you go on vacation and you want to see some shit?
Just chill, man. I want to chill and I want to drink.
Then you should do Aruba 100%. All inclusive. It's a little bit on the pricey side, but we did it last minute, so if you plan it in advance, you can do the payment plan or whatever.
There you go.
So it's not too much of a shock to the system. But no, highly, highly recommend. One thing I do want to talk about Aruba, though, is because they care a lot about their roots, their history. Right?
They're rubes.
They're rubes. Going
Rubies.
back to my roots. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're the closest bar, because obviously all-inclusive resorts, they have tons of bars dotted around the area. And the closest one to our room was called the Bunker Bar. And I was wondering, I'm going to ask about that here in a minute. Why it was called the Bunker Bar. Because it just looked like a hut on the beach.
Yeah.
So one time I went up there and they had, how like in museums and natural parks, sometimes they have like the cards where it's like a bit of history or a bit of, it had that.
Yeah. This historic site used to be a U.S. Army stronghold. And you're like, wow, I didn't know that. That's cool.
So the Bunker Bar's little thing was so epic that I had to take a picture of it because I'm going to read this on air because it's amazing. So this is the Bunker Bar, right? So beneath the Bunker Bar is an actual bunker.
Now he's saying bunker to you Americans out there, not bunker, but to the Brits, but it's bunker, I believe. So I was just trying to translate.
I appreciate it. So the actual bunker was built in 1941. It was a lockout and gun station aimed to defend the entrance of the harbor during World War II. Interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Our bunker was built at a strategic point where first Scottish and later American and Dutch soldiers guarded the harbor entrance. Aruba's Largo Oil Refinery and Eagles Refinery came under attack on February 16th, 1942, a large torpedo ended up on the beach and exploded during its dismantling, killing several servicemen. It is not known if shots were fired from our bunker, but when the Tamarind Resort was built, it was decided to preserve its history and build a bar on top of it.
That's
Brilliant.
honestly like the most iconic way to honor anything's memory is by creating a bar.
Like I wanted to be there when the plane was there. Like, we're building our resort. Oh shit, this is bunker from World War II. What should we do? Well, we want to whack a bar on top of it so no one can see it.
I'd like to think that it was like guys like you and I that were like serving that, like, you know, like on this Memorial Day, thank you for your service to all of those that have fallen and all of that. But like, you know, like they were guys like us, and it's like, hey, how would Mike and Alex want to like be honored? And it's like, obviously to have a bar. Let's just build a bar where they passed, and like they'll probably be stoked about that. And then if you think about it, like your ghost gets just free drinks forever at that bar.
Sloppy teenage people from
And you get to
Florida,
haunt people, like it's
getting
great.
wasted. Oh, go into their rooms. That'd be
Haunt tourists, yeah.
But what if they don't? If they don't speak English, then it's be even more scary, I guess.
Then right.
Ooh. Like speaking to
That's a universal language. I feel like, and everybody understands. Ooh, from ghosts is like that's not good.
Or you could like speak scarily into your Google app and let it translate.
Just take a long time to reply to anything because you have to type it into Google Translate.
Like that'd be the worst scary ever. But how was your day? Since we're a little bit late to the party, you had a lot of fun today.
I did a lot of fun, and then I just got fucking furious with traffic. Just on my podcast, I do a segment called Not Cool, where I go off on just like I vent. And if we were doing a Not Cool segment right now, I'd really be going off on rubberneckers. Now, I am very #blessed to not be driving in traffic when I go to work or come home from work most days, because I get up and I leave for work at like 4:00 in the morning, and you know I get back. Like I get off at like 1:32 or whatever, but like there's not usually a ton of traffic. Today I was coming back and there was traffic, and just there like, whenever there's a wreck, rubberneckers, dude, fuck them. Fuck them. I don't know what wrecks look like. What if we all just stopped and looked at it for 2 hours? Just like fuck off, dude. Just drive. We'll all get home and we can talk about it then.
Well, we all have
I don't
cell phones
understand it.
now.
I had 2 wrecks where it was just stopped and just staring at it, and they weren't crazy wrecks or anything from what I saw. It was just like fender benders, and then a guy had a cop over, and there was like a tow truck over by it. It was like, okay, cool, dude. Like we all stopped for this. Neat.
But if you really want to be morbid and look at a car accident, surely majority of those cars have passengers. Just get your passenger to film it and watch it later at your leisure.
It would be way easier to do it that way.
And then 2 birds, 1 stone. You might get a viral video out of it. You know
exactly. See, you get it.
I get it. Was it like a bad accident, or was it just?
No, neither of them were bad at all.
Because I could.
And that's what makes me more mad. I'm glad that people are okay, but it's like, dude, you stopped to just stare at a fucking fender bender, you fucking piece of shit. Just move on.
Yeah, I mean, if it was like 5 cars, blood everywhere, and I could understand at least.
If like a train was on the fucking highway because it came off the track. Yeah, I get that. But what's this? It's a wreck. Oh, let's just let me stop and look at it. No, just go the fuck home.
The frustrating part of that is always as soon as you pass the accident, the traffic just boom speeds up, and you're like,
right, and you're like, this is what we waited for, guys. This is what we were looking at. What a waste of time.
People are bastards.
They are. They really are. I would not build bunker bars on their graves. I would not. They don't deserve that. Yeah, when someone has a flat tire, like, someone's on the side of the road. Wow. That's what Adrian says over there. But like, yeah, dude, fuck that.
I saw someone changing a tire on the street, and there was traffic. All I wanted to do was go to Target to get a frame for my sick Awua that you can see if you're watching the video version.
I do like it.
And also, I got excited because I'm sweating my balls off. Right, before we get in, because obviously we've got a lot to talk about. Because I don't know if you heard, West Ham qualified for Europe.
No big deal.
No big deal. You know, it is what it is.
Except it's a huge deal.
But so today, unbeknownst to me, because it was supposed to arrive on Friday, but my new T-shirt.
I love it. My Little Tony,
which you can purchase on merch.cbbpod.com. Just to let you know, FYI. But so I'm wearing it, and I'm sitting in my little podcast office room, which I have to keep all the doors closed for, you know, audio aesthetics and stuff like that. So, but this room becomes like an oven, like in the summer. And so I'm sitting here, kind of sweating, and you know, like new T-shirt smell.
Yep. You get like the ink a little bit, yeah.
That mixed with a hot body it's not a pleasant smell.
Yeah, I bet not.
That's what I'm dealing with right now. But you could. So I know the thing you was doing and the thing you're drinking right now. How much can you talk about that?
I can talk about it.
Tell us what beer you're drinking. Goddamn.
We've teased it a little bit, but my podcast has we've normalized saying, instead of saying that's cool, say, hey man, that's Darling Like a Marlin. We've normalized that. We've tried to, at least. And our good friends at Southern Star Brewing Company, the official beer sponsor of Past the Gravy Podcast, have given us our very own beer that is released this weekend. My buddy Pat and I, the co-hosts of Past the Gravy, went up to Southern Star today. Got to have some of the first sips of the new beer. It is a blackberry sour, and it is Darling Like a Marlin. It is chef's kiss. I love it. I'm very biased, obviously, but like I went in being like, please be a good beer. And this is maybe the best beer I've ever had in my entire life. It's awesome. We have our logo on the fucking can. It says Pass the Gravies, Darling Like a Marlin, blackberry sour. It's awesome. Shout out Alex Rosas. He made the design for the can. It's fucking sick. I'm wearing the shirt right now. We're going to do a live podcast up at the brewery on Saturday. It's really it's one of the coolest things that's ever happened in my life. And I'm just fucking kind of soaking it in right now, man. I've had a lot of Darling Like a Marlins, I feel like, throughout the day. Spaced out, obviously, but because I was in traffic for like 2.5 hours.
So if you're in the Houston area, this Saturday,
this Saturday, May 29th, noon is when the event starts. We're going to do a live podcast at 2, and then they have amateur wrestling in the tap room at 6. So it's a full, like an amateur wrestling organization is going to have their entire like wrestling night in the tap.
Amateur wrestling is in like Olympic wrestling.
Hold on, let me go. No. Let me grab the flag.
Because that would be a very interesting thing to have at a brewery, watching
the Rumble at the Brewery Pro Wrestling Warehouse. They are having the Rumble at the Brewery this Saturday, May 29th. It's going to be pretty sick.
That is pretty sick.
Texas All-Star Wrestling.
By the time that event starts, everyone's going to be wasted. The crowd's going to be rowdy. It's going to be great.
Everybody's going to be filled up with Darling Like a Marlin blackberry sour beer. And it's going to be a real fun show. I'm looking forward to it. But the beer is very good. And I was telling my buddy Keith up at Southern Star, I was like, this is dangerous because I'm going to be there for over 2 hours beforehand. And I'm going to really have to limit my drinking because this is really good beer. And I could have 75 of them if I wanted to right now.
But it's on a limited run initially, right?
It is a limited run. So hopefully we sell them out. We float all the kegs. And then they're like, let's just make this a mainstay.
Hopefully sell them out minus couple that you're gonna.
I got
New
a couple
Jersey's
for
way.
you already. I got a couple for you already.
Sweet. Right. Shall we react to the big news?
Let's fucking go, dude.
West Ham qualified for the Europa League, finished above Tottenham, finished above Arsenal. What a year! Like, we don't need to go into the details of the final 2 games.
Might.
But we can go into the details of the overall season. Rather than going full details about the games, how impressed were you that we pretty much, other than I think so I'm trying to think now because I was in Aruba time and I was drinking while I was catching up with the games, but we left it late against West Brom to beat them 3-1.
We were behind, and then we had to come back and win. But we figured it out because we're great guys. We get it. And then against Southampton, it's like we Well, there wasn't really a doubt. We just took our time to score a couple goals, and then we just fucking figured it out how to do it. And I don't know. I love our team. I'm fucking so stoked about our team right now, man. Like, we went from almost being relegated going into the next to last game of the season to qualifying as a top 6 side and going into Europa, where, I mean, who knows? We can fuck around and maybe go to the Champions League after Europa League next year. I don't fucking know. I'm not expecting us to win Europa, but we don't know. I didn't expect us to make Europa this year. So anything can happen.
It's some interesting pairings potentially because Marseille, who are in the Europa League as well.
Is it Marseille?
Marseille.
I thought it was Marseille.
Marseille.
I didn't know how to pronounce those. Lyon.
Dimitri Payet plays for, who's obviously an ex-West Ham player. That could be pretty tasty. Like, if we draw them in the groups and he has to come back to London Stadium, that could be very, very interesting crowd reaction.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
And then is Lazio, I think I saw Lazio might be in Europa too. Maybe I don't know if they won whatever their last game was.
No, they're in Europa as well. Yeah. That could be a very different reaction because that historically I'm not 100% sure why. I think it stems back to Paolo Di Canio when he came from Lazio to West Ham, and so like Lazio West Ham fans kind of have like this weird connection. So it actually might be a very interesting atmosphere if that were to happen. I'm not sure how that would work, but either way, who the fuck cares?
Hey, I'm just glad we're in European football next year. That's gonna be fucking sick. We get to watch some Thursday games. Pretty stoked about it.
I am 100% not working the first Thursday game.
I think we have to all take off that day.
Like, I don't know where, but I'm going to find somewhere to go to in New Jersey and find a bar that's going to be showing. I don't know how I'm going to manage that. Maybe I'm going to have to, like, negotiate some deals there. Let's try to find a bar that's going to play Europa League on a Thursday afternoon. But whatever. You got to make
Paramount
these things happen.
Paramount Plus.
Oh no, I know. You know, I can watch it at home, but I want to be in a bar. You know what I mean? But,
that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
It's all right for you. You've already got pre-made. You've got this great local West Ham group.
Start a group, dude.
I mean, there's New York Hammers, but to get there, it's a pain in the ass from where I live.
Do the Jersey Hammers.
North Jersey Hammers. It's a new thing.
I'm saying, just work on it.
I am. That's my new project. But generally, over the course of the season, I think realistically, I can't think of anything overly negative, other than like me. If I'm being picky,
the losses, I would say, would be negative.
The losses would be negative, and I think David Moyes' substitutions sometimes were a little bit sus and late and things like that. But generally, I don't ever remember. I remember being frustrated and stressed. Don't get me wrong.
Own goals were not cool.
Own goals not cool.
We had a stretch of those.
And Souček scored 2 goals in the West Brom game, because he scored their goal and then scored our goal. Mm-hmm. That's how you do it. But what were your highlights? I guess because I think we're a positive podcast. We don't dwell on the negatives. What are your positives from this past year? Like, whether it be moments, whether it be players.
You can shit on us for saying that, like, oh, this is our trophy, all you want, but Lanzini's goal against Tottenham. West Ham actually on their Instagram today had put out the like the montage of every single goal from this season. I think it was 76 goals we scored in this season, and it was just one after the other. And like, it was so cool just to like watch it back. Whereas like you just like over the season you forget, like, because it's such a long season, you forget some of the goals. But like, I didn't forget the Lanzini goal at all, and it was just as cool watching that as it was like when we watched it live, where you just like, yes, let's go. And like, it was a draw. It was for a draw, but it was like, I would argue like West Ham's not the same team after that. West Ham realized we can play with the big boys. We can fuck around, dude. Like, let's do this. And like, that was a different West Ham team after that point, I thought. And then the Spurs games just were feel-good games. Jesse Lingard goals, those were awesome. every Jesse Lingard goal, but the Lanzini goal was definitely the highlight of that season.
The second Spurs game was extra special since we watched it live together, and we got to watch it with Genty Zach.
With Zach, yeah.
That was quite a fun morning.
He's moving to Iowa, by the way.
Why?
He got a new job.
Oh, can you say what it is or what kind of
secret
job?
He's a welder. Secret welding job.
Welding mission for the president.
Yeah, probably for the CIA.
So yeah,
Delete that part of the podcast. I don't want to get in trouble from the government. Yeah. Pretend you didn't hear that if you're watching live.
So is he going to be a fan of the Crew moving forward?
He's going to Iowa, not Ohio.
Oh, sorry. For some reason I heard Ohio.
Probably a Hawkeye, maybe.
Is there anything in Iowa?
Cyclones.
I know
Des Moines
Slipknot was originally from Iowa. Well, I mean, they still are from Iowa. They're dead,
yeah, that's about all I can name from Iowa.
And now Zach.
He's
so
like
really
it's working its way up, honestly.
He has increased the value of Iowa by 33%.
By one Spurs fan.
He can start his own group.
Yeah. He may be the only person in Iowa that knows what soccer is.
Yeah, that's... I hope they're playing him well. That's all I'm going to say. But good
hey, Hancock college football, I don't give a shit, buddy.
Why is he kicking that football with his foot?
All right, Cletus, chill out.
Sorry. Welcome to ESPN.
It's Fawkes. It's Fawkes. He's the Fawkes robot you're making fun of. Anyways.
So who's your player of the season?
Our hammer of the year?
The C&BB pod hammer of the year.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, you get to factor in the injuries and stuff. I feel like at one point I would have said Jesse Lingard. He kind of stopped scoring after a while. I think Souček was kind of the straw that stirred the drink the whole season, though. Like, when Souček was playing well, it felt like we were playing well at that point. Craig Dawson, maybe? Like, he's in the discussion for it because, like, he was, like, that back four is nothing without Craig Dawson. Craig Dawson really stepped up when we didn't think he would. Rice, if he doesn't get injured, I think it's Rice's award, the hammer of the year.
Soufal, you could give a shout for him.
And so, yeah, let's just fucking give it to Soufal, dude. He's like the unspoken hero. He's not going to win it. But just give it to one of the Czechs, dude. Co-hammers of the year.
I think it has to be.
Souček and Soufal set the tone for this team.
I mean, that was a great thing about the season is that you had so many, like Cresswell stepped up again.
That's why we were fucking good. And I don't understand why people don't realize that. It's like, hey, you guys, have you ever seen City? You know why City wins championships? Because they have 97 guys that contribute. When West Ham's just relying on Antonio to score 14 goals a game like they used to do, or when they throw Arnautovic out there and just watch him fuck around and just hope he gets a hat trick every game. Like, no shit, we weren't good. We have guys that all contribute, and that's amazing. When they play like a team, we're successful. Who would have thought?
It's pretty much our starting, because, across the back, Cresswell had a fantastic season. He's been, I won't say bad, but he has very dipped in form the last few years. But this year, he's definitely brought it back.
Antonio had a subpar season?
By his standards, yeah. But again, he was very...
But he was still fun as shit. And, it was like...
And he still scored a bunch of goals.
Yeah, I think... Was it him? Was he tied with Souček?
Him and Souček, I think, tied for... Was it 9?
The only thing was, I mean, Souček, technically, they're negative goals. I'd like to count, an own goal should be a negative goal against a goal that you scored, I think. But, that's just my stupid brain thinking that way. Antonio could have had 40 goals, it feels like. Antonio had so many opportunities that he didn't put the fucking ball in the net, and that was the frustrating part of it. I'm not saying he would have been up there with Kane or Salah or anybody like that, but, Antonio could have had a lot more goals had he just been able to fucking finish at times throughout this season.
And if he stayed fit, would also.
And if he stayed fit. But we know that he's not going to stay fit. He's going to pull a hamstring at some point. Hopefully that doesn't happen next year. But staying healthy was a big key. We stayed healthy for a large portion of the season until the very end, and then when we had all those injuries. But when we were healthy, we were a really hard team to beat, man.
I'm trying to adjust my light, but I don't know whether it's.
I think your lighting's fine, bro.
I'm just very shiny today.
Yeah, you're glowing because you just got back from fucking Aruba and West Ham's going to Europa, bro.
Oh, I was so because seriously, I was super worried because I'm the kind of if we had lost those games and fallen to 8th and didn't qualify,
that was a very West. It would have been West Ham.
That could have borderline ruined my vacation. I'm not ashamed to say it. I would have been. Well,
it was pretty great.
Everton
was getting curb stomped that whole time. We had in the bar we were at, we had all the games on. We had the West Ham game on with our TV, but we were also paying attention to Spurs and Leicester and the Everton game. And Everton was just getting shit pumped. So we were like, all right, well, I think we're good on that. And then Spurs ended up coming back, but by that time we were already winning. So it's like, as long as we don't blow this lead, we're good. And that ended up being the case. I think Kane did win the Golden Boot, right?
Yeah.
I don't fucking care because he's on his way out, so it doesn't matter.
I don't think Salah scored on the final day, and he scored. Or maybe he scored. I don't know. But yeah, I think he definitely won it. I think he got that, and I want to say most assists as well.
Fucking who cares? Fuck Spurs.
Fuck Spurs. Fuck Harry Kane. He's not going to be there next year. Speaking of someone who's possibly not going to be there, Jesse Lingard.
Don't you say that he's going to be back.
Well, I was about to say, so obviously he did his emotional goodbye on Instagram.
Positive vibes only.
But did you see there was a show in the UK called Redknapp's Big Night Out or something like that? It was hosted by Jamie Redknapp, son of Harry Redknapp. And Jesse Lingard was on the show. And there's a guy called Big Tom D, who's like a big West Ham fan. And they did a bit where there's a little skit where the doorbell rings, Jesse Lingard opens the door, and suddenly, you know that like Love Actually scene where he's holding the signs?
Rick Grimes, yeah.
Yeah. So he basically did that, but with like, please don't leave us, Jesse. Like, stay for another year, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, even though that's not obviously going to be an announcement, but I'd like to think.
It's basically an announcement. And we broke it first on the news where Jesse Lingard did buy his kid Claret and Blue shoes.
Yes, he did.
You're not going to just buy a bunch of shoes.
And he's not going to... And he posted that video of his kid doing the, come on, you Irons. Like, you're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Unless...
You're
I mean, everyone's worried because...
Confirmed. You heard it here first. Jesse Lingard confirmed will be staying at West Ham long term.
On a 3-year contract. Yep, that's it. News
this long-term contract.
broken.
You heard it here first. May 27th, 2021, Claret Big Blue podcast broke the news. We'll clip this. So when somebody tries to break the news like they were the ones that did it, but like, actually on May 27th, Claret Big Blue podcast broke this. So please give us credit. Sky Sports, please do that.
They won't. They never credit
Arlo, fucking credit us.
Write that on your big board.
On your print it on one of your stickers. That's actually like I mean we pretend to shit on Arlo all we want, but like I really do enjoy his Instagram stories where he like shows all the prep he does and going into like the stadiums and like all the stuff. Like it's like, yeah, no, like he's good at what he does. It's just easy. It's just easy for us to sit back and be like, fuck you, Arlo.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, going back to that we wasn't shitting on him. He's a good commentator.
We were making fun of him, but like,
well, we made fun of that. He every now and again he'll repeat. He has a couple of buzz phrases that he likes to repeat. But whatever, Arlo, we love you, man.
Come on the pod, dude.
Come on the pod. Have a couple of beers. We know you love a couple of beers.
Ted Lasso. We'll talk Ted Lasso.
Has your boy Rod watched Ted Lasso yet?
No.
Rod.
He won't get Apple TV. He has every other fucking streaming service but Apple TV.
Are you not able to like not share login?
I would, but he won't. He won't do it. He won't do it.
That's stubborn. If you won't even do it for free.
Frustrating for sure.
Arlo, come on the show. Try to convince Rod Ryan to watch.
We'll go to the dog track, dude. Let's do this.
Let's get it done. Other West Ham news. Other than that, Mark Noble, obviously. So I had a little heart attack because I was, you know how you see people reacting to articles and you can clearly see they haven't read the article.
Yes, that's actually one of my favorite things to notice about people.
So I 100% did that recently. Saw the headline of Mark Noble saying he wants to continue playing football after his West Ham contract expires. So I just reacted to that. It's like, I'm not gonna be mad if he does, but I kind of wish he wouldn't because the whole fairy tale of him retiring as a West Ham captain and blah blah blah. And then I sent out a tweet about that, and then I actually read the article, and it was just a flippant comment where it was like, yeah, I'll probably continue playing football, maybe kick around with my friends, but I won't continue professionally. It's like, God damn it, I should have read the article before I reacted. But
Tisk. Call yourself a journalist.
I know. But it'd be really nice, though, at the end of the season, though, Mark Noble, final game as a West Ham captain, lifting the Europa League title. It's going to happen.
That'd be pretty sick. After Fabianski scores the game-winning goal in the penalties.
Yeah.
That was cool. I always love a good keeper showdown.
Second broken story of the day. You heard it here first. Claret Big Blue podcast. Quote us. West Ham winners of the Europa League via penalty shootout. Fabianski.
Yep.
We're on fire today
with our predictions and breaking news that hasn't happened yet.
Anything else on the West Ham front before we talk a little bit about our Big Blue friends over here in New Jersey?
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, I try to kind of tune out. Like, I have seen the Declan Rice to Chelsea rumors started back up, and somebody sent me that, and I just simply replied, "Fuck off," to them. I was like, don't, no, we're not doing that. No. Until Declan signs somewhere else, he's not leaving. And that is actually a fact, but also, like, don't fucking, no. We qualified for Europa. I'm fucking riding this high. Anybody wants to talk shit about Jesse Lingard leaving? I don't have time for it. My team's in Europa, and I'm just going to ride that high. It was, dude, in 2 weeks, my college team won a football national title for the first time ever, and West Ham has qualified for Europa League for the first time since I have ever been a fan of West Ham. So, therefore, like, I'm just riding the highs that I've had, man. You got to celebrate the highs.
I mean,
that's what I'll do.
I mean, on this, because you know how I'm pretty clued in. I have a lot of the inside knowledge, breaking big stories, but I don't have the inside knowledge on this one. However, like, if you look at it, why would he leave right now? Like, if he was 27, 28, like Harry Kane, I could see him going, you know what, I really want to play in the Champions League.
Right.
But right now, he's like 22. He's captain, first name on the sheet, playing in Europe next year. He's in the England squad. I don't see why he would risk joining another team to potentially sit on the bench in the Champions League. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
No, he's coming back, dude.
He'll be a West Ham player.
Coming back.
100%. Adrian, that striker that went to Bolton on loan, now officially signed for them, but I think he was out of contract at the end of the season. Yeah, he's one of those guys I wouldn't even attempt to pronounce his name, but he was just one of those. Some people kick enough because it's another young player who we sold, but realistically, he was, 24, 25? He wasn't that young. And if Moyes didn't try to at least break him into the first team by now, I don't think. I trust Moyes. In Moyes we trust.
In Moyes we trust, in Joe Judge we trust. We trust our coaches now. That's what we do. Our coaches / managers, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, I never understood that in the Premier League. Some people are classed as a head coach, some are managers. Like, what the fuck is the difference?
Right? You're coaching him. You're a coach. You're also managing him, so I guess it goes both ways. I don't know.
But speaking of Joe Judge, we're not actually going to be speaking of Joe Judge, but He is the head coach of the Giants. Let's talk about a
He's
little bit
the
about
best
Giants.
head coach in the league, obviously.
Do you know who isn't the best head coach in the league?
Ben McAdoo.
Ben McAdoo. Do. Push by an apple shaker tree. Are you familiar with that song before I continue?
No.
Look
I
it
was
up.
just gonna let you go though.
Agadoo.
Agadoo.
By Black Lace. Yeah, I've
By
been singing
Enya.
that. I've been singing that all day. It's like McAdoo. Do. Push by an apple shaker tree. McAdoo. Do. Push up an apple.
It sounds like a banger.
To the left, to the right, jump up and down and to the knees. Come and dance every night to the hula melody. Etc. Etc. But Ben McAdoo, this is how low the Cowboys have sunk. That they have signed former failed head coach.
Hey, he took us to the playoffs, dude.
About
Last time we made the playoffs, Ben McAdoo was our coach, so be careful.
okay, but when he left, he was pretty dire.
He did kill Eli's streak, so fuck him for that. You're right.
Right,
But
and
people forget that Ben McAdoo is really only good at beating the Cowboys.
so he's not really going to help them.
So he's just gonna I'm stoked about it. Like he's gonna probably beat the Cowboys, but from within.
It's an inside man.
Yes, great hire from my perspective.
I mean, I haven't seen any, unless they've updated something. There wasn't anything specific about it. Wasn't it like as an advisor?
He's like a consultant. Yeah, he's not like a coach.
What the fuck does that even mean?
They just employed him, dude. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Ben McAdoo was the future, man. When we had him after Coughlin was gone, I was like, I like what he did. He sort of changed the offense up a little bit, and then we went to the playoffs that season with him, and I was like, dude, I think we're good. I think we're gonna figure it out. And then I was wrong.
Yeah, I jokes aside,
I called him Benny with the good hair back then. Like that was Benny with the good hair. And I loved that. And now he's not on our team, so fuck him.
I mean,
Joe Judge is the coach we deserve. All right, we needed Ben McAdoo walked so Joe Judge could fly.
Wow, that is a statement.
But fuck Ben McAdoo still.
I don't think he was as bad as he gets discredited.
He did
for,
bench Eli,
but yeah, that was.
And then saw Twitter, so he brought Eli back into the fold because he was like, "Oh, I got yelled at."
I never understood because it wasn't like he was benching him for the next hot prospect. It was just like
Geno fucking Smith.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, why? I still don't ever. I think that's going to go down as like one of the great mysteries of human race.
Oh, it definitely.
Why did that happen? Maybe we could get him on a show. Ben McAdoo.
And just be like, "Fuck you, dude."
And then just click him
off. That would just pretty much be, "Hey, just welcome to Clear Up Big Blue Podcast. Fuck you. All right, thanks for coming on the show.
Don't call us. We'll call you."
I think it'd be a killer interview. We'd definitely go viral for that. So maybe work on that if we can get Ben McAdoo.
I mean, I'll just
definitely don't show him this clip.
No, but if I can somehow maybe get his cell phone number, I can just keep leaving him voicemails of me singing that song. Maybe that'll eventually, get him on the show.
Just act like you're an oversized suit salesman because he doesn't know how to buy suits that fit.
He is the guy who was like he's the
18-year-old. Off the rack. You're like, do you not want to get it tailored? You're a head coach in the NFL. It's like, we're good.
No, he looks like
triple XL, and it's way too big for you.
He looks like that kid who's he had to wear a suit for the first time, and so he's wearing his dad's.
Yeah, he grabbed one out of his dad's closet at the last minute. He's like, shit, I got a press conference today.
This'll work. Or it looks like, do you remember the movie Big with Tom Hanks?
Mm-hmm.
Like that end scene where he's walking back and suddenly he's all in the floppy clothes because he's shrunk back. That's him.
That's pretty much Ben McAdoo, yeah. I think Ben McAdoo was Tom Hanks in Big. Except it's based off of Ben McAdoo's life.
Except he was big as well. So bigger. Ben McAdoo.
Big Ben.
Ben.
Done.
Boom. Jack Daniels. I was happy with that little pun I made on Twitter earlier. Did you see that photo of him with the throne? Woo! If he's done nothing since the end of the season, it's been arm day every day.
Let's just say Danny Dimes got a Bowflex.
Ooh, Jesus! He's like, because they did that side by side. I saw that side by side. He is getting ready to throw to some wide receivers this year.
I mean, like, obviously, we are totally just basing this off of how he looks in workout pictures. But if you're not shitting your pants, if you're one of the other 31 teams in the league, you're probably not worried enough because Daniel Jones is about to fuck you up. By the way, happy birthday, Daniel Jones. It is his birthday today. The fastest quarterback in the NFL.
Happy birthday.
So those are just stats. Those are just stats we're talking about. He is the fastest statistical quarterback in the NFL this season. He had the fastest run.
Is that the 40 time?
Nope. Whatever his run against the Eagles was. Oh, he fell. Shut up. He did fall, but he also wanted to hand the ball off to his teammate because he's a selfless player that wanted to make sure his teammate got in the end zone. So really, I would say that makes him a better player.
And
leader.
Just an all-round nice guy.
What a great guy. And he is jacked. He is going to be slinging the ball. He is going to be fucking running the ball. We're going to be winning games next year. And y'all are going to, like, all the haters right now, they're like, Alex, Mike, I don't think Daniel's going to be that good. I'm like, shit, dude, suck it. Because Danny Dimes ain't fucking around anymore. This isn't the Danny Dimes you thought you knew.
I think it's going to be disgusting for other defenses. They should be shitting
They're going to just be like, we underestimated this guy. And we'll just be like, yeah, we told you guys.
We broke that news exclusively.
We told you there is a revolution a brewing.
Danny Dimes.
A revolution. Viva la Dimes.
Which you can now purchase at merch.cbbpod.com. Nice segue.
There we go.
Was you building to that? Was that what you...
Well, I was just talking about it, and I was like, we do have a shirt. I love that shirt, by the way. I've worn that shirt a couple times lately, so it's a great shirt.
Yeah, my wife wears it a lot. She probably wears it more than me, which is...
Really?
Yeah.
Have you gotten any bad comments because it's Che Guevara?
No.
I got a couple of DMs where it was like, bro, you don't understand. I actually had like a thought-out conversation about like Che Guevara. Like, dude, like we don't mean anything. Like, and like the guy was cool. He's like, I know you don't know anything about it. I know you. I was like, I'm just like, like it wasn't anything meant to be offensive. We were just joking about like a revolution, and he's going to fucking take the world by storm. So just hop on board. I'll send you a shirt if you'd like. He declined, but still.
Why am I shocked that the person who was semi-offended by the design didn't want the shirt?
I don't know. Who would have thought? I should have sent him a Dimes 316.
Or you could send him a MacLeod Tony shirt.
Well, but I was talking like Daniel Dimes specific. Kadarius Toney, if he was, Kadarius. We should just do all Giants players on Che Guevara's face. And Viva la, insert whatever their name is.
Do a Claret and Big Blue calendar. So each month is a different player.
It's just the same picture though, but we put it. I like that idea. Work smarter, not harder.
Be offended every month of the year.
What revolution are you maddest about?
That November revolution's the worst.
Mm-hmm. Nothing worse than a November rev.
That's what. So talking about November revolution. So
the New England Revolution is my least favorite kind of revolution, actually.
No, so there was a fella. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He was named Guy Fawkes.
I'm more of a Guy Fieri guy.
Oh, okay, but Guy Fawkes was pretty cool compared to this guy. Anyway, so Guy Fawkes was a guy who tried to lead a revolution by blowing up the buildings of Parliament in London. Basically
that was the anonymous guy.
Yes. So that actually happened, and so now in November.
Wait, he really did that?
Well, he got someone basically got cold feet and grassed him up, and he got arrested before the bombs went off. and he got killed for it. He got murdered. Well, not got. I guess got death penalty back when the UK had the death penalty. But now, as a remembrance, I guess every year in November they have Guy Fawkes Night.
Games.
No, Guy Fawkes Night. There's no Hunger Games. That got cancelled.
Did you not to revolt against the Capitol?
The Hunger Games got cancelled in the 70s. But Guy Fawkes Night, where they just shoot off fireworks, sort of like it's not quite our 4th of July, but there's fireworks. And
so America like celebrates actually being like, "Fuck you, Britain." Like we're independent on our own, and then like Britain is like, "Well, there was a guy that almost started a revolution. Let's shoot fireworks off."
Well, I guess that's almost like a sign to you guys, you Americans, like we are celebrating like killing someone that tried to revolt against the UK. But anyway, my point is, it's always in November, obviously, and every year we would all go to a big fireworks display, and every year I would stand there in a field, shivering my ass off, going, "Why couldn't he done this in the summer, bastard?"
Did they wear the masks?
No, because it's
like
not
part of
it's
it.
not-
I thought
it's not-
it's a Guy Fawkes mask / anonymous mask, right?
/ FIFA Vendetta mask.
Right, but like, what did he wear that mask? Like, was that?
No,
Why is it called a Guy Fawkes mask?
Because that's what he looked like. Obviously, not as pale, but he had like the moustache. That's basically what he looked like. Google it.
How do you spell it?
Guy, Guy.
Fawkes.
Yeah.
No, it's just paintings, dude.
Well, it was a long time ago.
Dude, I don't trust any paintings from a long time ago. Like, do you know how stupid that like it is to believe that that's all like if you were rich and you were able to afford a painter to come paint you, you're like, yeah, don't make me look ugly like that. Like, make me look better.
No,
he's like, throw a sick mustache on me, dude.
Well, I'm sure. I don't know.
He looks like a pilgrim, dude. Guy looks like a pilgrim.
Yeah, he was like 1500s, 1600s. That was all the rage back then. That was the fashion.
Well, why didn't he just come to America?
Because America wasn't a thing yet.
Well, maybe he should have thought ahead of times, you know?
That like
if he was truly the revolutionary he acts like he was, he would have just fucking pieced out.
And started his own country. You know, screw you, I'm starting my own country.
I think he's a coward. Wouldn't have lasted a day in America.
That still wasn't a thing at the time.
Yeah, but if he was here, he wouldn't last a day because he would be like, "Oh, I can't finish." John Hancock would fucking wipe the floor with his ass, dude.
To be fair, he would have.
John Hancock was like, "I'm gonna sign my name all over this, saying fuck you, King." And Guy Fawkes was like, "Oh, somebody told on me, and my fireworks got taken away, and I got killed." This is 100% me just making up things I'm assuming happened, but I have no idea.
Oh, wait. So what you're saying is your statement that John Hancock didn't sign his name on the dead body of Guy Fawkes isn't a historical accurate account?
No, I'm just saying, if John Hancock and Guy Fawkes got into a fight, I'm taking all of my money and putting it on John Hancock because he's going to fuck him up. You know what they say? They say the pen is mightier than the sword. And actually, I think we see that in the Declaration of Independence compared to the Guy Fawkes Day thing.
Well, he wasn't using a sword, so it'd be like the pen is.
Was he a bad guy?
I mean, it depends.
Or were people like for it? Or like, yeah, that's tight. We should revolt. And then like the Brits were like, "No, I'm the king. You can't do this."
It's hard to say because obviously the accounts from the early 1600s are probably going to be very. As they say, the victor writes history, or whatever the saying.
History is written by the victors.
There we go. So I'm sure he's written out about being a dick, but who knows? Maybe they were for it. But
we're learning a lot today.
We are learning a lot today. Guy Fawkes.
I'm just let me be on the record for saying Guy Fawkes is a little bitch. All right.
Is he the? Or is
Guy
he the
Fawkes
guy,
is a bitch.
or the guy
John
who's
Hancock
him?
is the real king, even though he didn't believe in kings.
MTV needs to bring back Celebrity Deathmatch just for this.
I would watch that. Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin commentating on Guy Fawkes versus John Hancock.
I'm gonna watch V for Vendetta now and just pretend that it is Guy Fawkes.
Well, that's who is, because it's the Remember, the 5th of November.
Oh, that's what that's from?
Yeah, the 5th of November was the gunpowder plot. When he put a load of barrels of gunpowder under the buildings of government and he was about to blow them sky high.
What? All right. Y'all got some crazy holidays over there, man.
It's not really a holiday. You don't get a day off work.
Oh,
Really.
really? But nobody wears the masks.
I mean, I'm sure people do, but it's not.
Why? It seems like it'd be
Because-
a Mardi Gras.
Because
type thing.
technically, I guess the official line of the Guy Fawkes Night is to celebrate that he was unsuccessful. But it depends, I guess, on your side of the coin. If you want to celebrate his effort, check on the
Oh, a
mask,
victory for the Redcoats. Real cool.
Is that like the Guy Fawkes marks the British version of the Confederate flag, still holding on to it?
Yes. Yes. It's like, dude, you lost, dude.
Get over it.
Get
It was
over
400
it,
years
man.
ago. Oh.
Fox, 1816. They're still flying those flags. You're like, what are you doing, man? You go to the beach and those are all the flags. It's just Fox, whatever year that was.
1605, 1604. Something like that. But yeah. Clipping that was good.
Guy Fawkes, bitch, confirmed.
Guy Fawkes, you Confederate bitch.
You can Fox right off.
New t-shirt idea.
Dude, I don't know about that. I don't know how many people are going to buy that shit.
We'll put it on sale next to the Viva la Dimes.
Viva la Tony shirt.
Yeah.
Ooh, Viva la Fox. And we just put the mask over Che Guevara.
Or
Nailed it.
Fawkes the Cowboys. Wow.
Bomb the... No, that seems
No.
like we're making a terroristic threat.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, we're a very anti-terrorism podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
We, you know what, hand up, I hate terrorism.
Both.
I'm just gonna, that means, damn it. I have my hands and both of my feet up, actually, so.
I can't see them.
Well,
You're
I'm
right.
under a table, so, but they're lifted. So.
Well, there we go.
And on that
Glad we cleared
note.
that up. On that note, yeah, so as we were saying, Daniel Jones, pretty jacked.
Dan Jones, been working out.
But also last bit, good exciting news. MetLife Stadium is going to be 100% capacity this season, as announced by Governor Murphy.
Oh, must be nice to finally get back to 100%, you fucking northerners. Down in Texas, we've been 100% forever. Not really, but for a while now.
It's been a while, about a year now, isn't it?
It's
Probably.
not really. It feels like it compared to. We'll be like, wait, y'all can still do that? It's like, yes. Like, we don't have like when I walk into the stores now, like a lot of people just don't have masks on anymore. I usually wear masks into the store, but like, I just kind of do it to be abiding by rules, you know. In Texas, we don't tell people to wear masks, right, buddy?
Yeah, in Aruba, the
Not in the Lone Star State.
Well, the ruling Aruba was at the lobby area and concierge and all that stuff. You have to wear a mask, and then as you're walking into a restaurant, you have to wear your mask. But when you're sitting down, and then everywhere else is like, don't wear your mask.
Fuck it, yeah.
But it was nice because it was a big resort. This is going full circle, right? So back at the beginning, but a big resort. But it was like enough people there, but it wasn't full up. So it was like it felt good to get back to almost feeling normal again, not wearing a mask.
Yeah, I
But
bet.
You could also
I
you could
bet.
just keep your distance. Although there was talking about t-shirts and weird. We're gonna end on this note, right? This is not. I want to prefix this. This is not me saying my political view, because politics is a very sketchy subject. I'm not gonna say
Except for Guy
pro
Fawkes being a
or-
bitch.
right.
That's our political stance.
There was a guy who was staying in the room next to us, and literally every single day he was wearing a different Donald Trump t-shirt. So he bought one for every single day of his vacation. Now, I am going to make fun of him, but not for, like, I'm not saying, hey, if he's pro-Trump, good for him. It's his right. But I just couldn't get my head around that. The political t-shirt on vacation, I don't, like, even if it was...
In another country.
Yeah, even if it was like Biden or Hillary, I would be like, why did you
Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson, a Bojo t-shirt. But you're going on vacation to an all-inclusive
2020.
Why what are you packing? Give me 6
Well,
like,
get my Donnie Trump shirts. Let's go with this. That's what everybody on the beach needs to know. Dude, it's a big thing here, man. We're not taking sides, but people love to go to Galveston, our beach here, and you gotta lift your truck up, you big Texan right there. A lot of people like to have their little flagpole because you can't drive your truck without having a flag that lets everybody know your stance on stuff. Now, whether it be your college, whether you be a UT Longhorn, an A&M Aggie, just a huge fan of the state of Texas, you fly in your Texas flag. Sometimes you got an American flag, but then you got a lot of the Donnie Trump flags out there, and it's like, didn't know it was an election year. Did it? All right. Like, you do you. You're allowed to do it. But it's like, again, there's probably a lot of those people. There's also probably another flag that they like to fly in the South. Some people in the South like to fly that also lost a war or a thing, and they like to fly that too. And they're like, what? It's just heritage, not history. And it's like, but what is this? Is this heritage or history? Like, I don't know. I just don't fucking, like, can I still rock my fucking Clinton Gore flag?
He's still my president.
Reagan Bush. 86. Let's go, baby.
I'm bringing that Abraham Lincoln back. I
Jimmy
like his
Carter.
style.
Let's start like wearing like old president campaign shirts. But they had to lose. Like John Kerry.
Yes.
I want to get a John Kerry flag and start flying that.
Okay, let's...
Barry Goldwater. Hubert H. Humphrey. I know that they had the Viking Stadium named after him, and he ran like 3 times.
Here we go. I'm going to go back to the oldest one we could fucking find.
Dude, that's what's crazy. If you look up like U.S. elections, like if you, like it's not even that far back. You're like, I have no idea who this guy is. Like, I know you're like not American, but it's like I am American, and I have no fucking clue who like Nixon beat.
Like, you could do... I mean, we go. Who lost? This Wikipedia page is not helpful at all. Okay, so is that the winner? Oh, I don't fucking know. But anyway, what's the funniest name I can see here?
Hold on.
Pickney.
Winfield Scott.
Pickney. 1796. That's my new t-shirt.
What if I rocked the Bob Dole? Dole 96, baby. Ooh, Michael Dukakis. Dukakis 88 for life.
Or you could do the Dole 96, but you could have like the picture of
I did
Bob
say
Dole Bob Dole from
say-
Futurama, where he's like his head's in a jar.
I like that. I did say Barry Goldwater and Hubert H. Humphrey, and I nailed both of those, might I add. So shout out to me for being the historian that I am. Ooh, this is a good Wendell Wilkie, 1940, lost. And so did
Wilkie
Alf
40.
Landon. We're Alf Landon fans. Landon 1936, baby. Ross Perot. Ooh, good call.
He sounds like a French investigate. Like
Ross
if you're gonna watch.
Perot.
I'm here to solve the murder.
Do you know who murdered who? We'll
I am
figure
going
it
to
out and
solve
return
this.
it to the Mona Lisa.
I must solve this this murder because it's the election year.
Where is Guy Fawkes? Show me him.
That bitch. Anyway, follow us.
To the catacombs.
That's a good way to wrap this up, I guess.
Yeah, we're running out of shit, I think.
Well, Adrian,
Let's
what year?
weigh in at C&BB Pod. What's your favorite failed presidential candidate?
Hashtag
Not
CB.
in the last 3 elections.
Hashtag CBB failed presidents.
Not like presidential nominee.
Yeah,
And it
not
can't be
presidents.
from this decade. It can't from this decade.
Not presidents you think were failures. We want failed presidential candidates.
If it's up to me, I'm gonna go Barry Goldwater.
Goldwater is a good name. It's a good name.
Yeah,
I am going to do
cool.
some more research because I'm going to be honest. I have no idea about US.
I probably would have voted for Barry
Before I was
Goldwater,
born.
honestly, without knowing his policies, just because it's a cool last name.
Sounds like a no. It sounds like one of those cheesy, like what are they called? Jesus.
Chuck
when
E.
you have
Cheese.
like, did you have an accident at the workplace?
Oh
Call
yeah. It's like a one of those suing lawyers. Barry Goldwater, attorney at law. I'll sue him.
Barry Goldwater, 555-666-666-6.
I like that.
Goldwater got you. There we go. Goldwater's got you.
Your water's gonna be gold when I'm done with him.
So's your toilets. You're gonna have so much money. And he's gonna have a.
Stay golden, pony boy.
I was smoking golden cigars.
I like that.
Yeah. So follow
We
me.
should wrap this up, yeah.
Wrap this up. At Mr. Mike Fish on Twitter and Instagram. He is at Alex J. Middleton on Twitter and Instagram. At C&BB Pod. Go to merch.cbbpod.com to get this sweet My Little Tony t-shirt. If you're not watching us live, you can watch us live. We're going to be back next Tuesday. Not sure what we're going to talk about next week, but it's going to be a fun show because there's nothing to talk about. But might be a quick one. That's what he said, I guess. Back at 6 p.m. Eastern. Alex, 6 p.m.
Yeah, dude.
Easton.
You threw me off with the fucking Thursday show, all right?
Yeah. I lit you up because it's a Thursday. It's a Thursday. But anyway, cbbpod.com, blah, 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 blah. Tomorrow, no, it's not tomorrow because I'm used to saying tomorrow. Yesterday, new Pasta Gravy podcast. You should check that out as well.
Oh, we talked about the Friends reunion and shared our favorite Friends episodes. It was great.
And you sang the Friends theme song. It was great.
I did, and I crushed it. So if you want to hear me
Nailed it.
sing, go do that.
Pasta Gravy.
Oh, you're a Friends fan? Sing the whole song. Go. See? If you
I think
can't,
I've
then
won.
you're not a real Friends fan like me.
I think I've watched 2 episodes. Like,
Well,
before.
That's your own
But-
fault.
I know. Maybe I should
You're
start
living in
watching
New
it.
York, basically, so
Maybe
you're
it's
basically
just-
living their life.
Maybe it's just like the new Game of Thrones. Maybe I need to binge watch 10 seasons before I get to the reunion.
You might start with the reunion, work your way back.
Oh, would you imagine watching every Friends episode,
Watch the finale first, then like literally the
work
opposite,
your way back to
reverse
the
order.
first episode. It's a new way of doing it. It's like
I
the
like
new
that.
Star Wars thing. Which order do
Yeah.
you watch Friends?
Do that.
Starting that. So yeah, if you're watching us live, you're probably not anymore because we have jumped the shark this episode. But if you're listening to us, go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. That's my new favorite thing to say. Available all there. Pasta Gravy on all of those platforms and more.
Darling Like a Marlin beer release this Saturday. Southern Star Brewing Company, 3525 North Fraser Street in Conroe, Texas. If you are in the Houston area, I fucking love this beer. It is not only because it is my beer, it is. So I'm probably a little biased, but this is dope. Blackberry Sour, Darling Like a Marlin. Check it out, guys. Come hang out with us.
And if you're not in the Houston area, there's still plenty of time to plan a little road trip.
You got a whole day.
So until next Tuesday.
Seahorses forever.
It's never going to get old.
Never.
And come on, you Irons. And Big Blue Giants, Dane Dimes, Joe Judge, Revolution. Love it.